Today we're taking a look at two significantly different approaches to the 350 legend for whitetail hunting. We've already covered the Mossberg Patriot, which is, of the two rifles, this and the Savage, a more conventional looking, more attractive rifle. With a nice Monte Carlo comb, so when you snap up the rifle, you're looking straight through the scope. The actions are very, very similar. You'll notice the Mossberg has some cosmetic only fluting. Doesn't really mean a heck of a lot. It also has a slightly longer barrel, which also doesn't mean a lot at 200 yards and in. So, build quality. The Mossberg's a great looking gun. Got a grip cap. It is a plastic trigger guard, I believe. But generally speaking, the Mossberg is a good looking gun, although the bluing is matte and kind of thin. It's good looking walnut and just a great looking conventional 350 legend. So, how does this compare to approach number two, which is the Savage? The Savage has a shorter overall length. It's stainless steel, so obviously no additional finishes required. This is the way it comes, this particular model, with the Vortex Crossfire 3x9x40. It's a plastic stock, of course, stainless steel and plastic. A shorter barrel. You know, medium contour, not quite a bull barrel, but certainly a thicker barrel and a shorter barrel. If maneuverability is a concern in a tight box blind or a tree stand, obviously this saves you a few inches in overall length. The AccuStock has a very, very good recoil pad. It's also adjustable length to pull. So this is the way it comes set up, just as supplied. If you're going through heavy cover on the ground, I prefer a 3-position safety. Obviously the bolt is locked right now. It can't go anywhere, even if you snag it on a branch. Middle position, you can cycle the gun, but you're still on safe. And all the way forward, you can fire. Nice and quiet. I'll be quiet for a change, but see if you can hear it. That's the middle position. It's all the way off. So a silent safety is a wonderful thing, particularly stand hunting. I used a Savage 10 ml to take a couple black bears up in Minnesota, and 3-position safety is just great when you're looking at a bear 35-40 yards away from your tree. So, I've got a target set up at 86 yards, 86.2 yards. That's just the way it worked out. We'll see if we can get any semblance of accuracy out of the Savage. There's about a 10-mile-an-hour crosswind, so I don't expect anything particularly wonderful because it's gusting back and forth. But hopefully we'll be able to group minute of whitetail. I'll probably change scopes before the season. So. .2 yards, according to a Nikon laser rangefinder. Let's see what the Savage does. I'll start out with some full metal jacket, Winchester range ammo, and then we'll try a couple other different types to see if there's any noticeable difference in group size. It's kind of a wobbly table, but let's call that minute of whitetail pretty easily. So that's the full metal jacket. Now we'll try a couple types of hunting ammo and see what we get. This is the Browning BXR 155 grain, loaded by Winchester with the Browning badge on it. An exceptionally good shooter out of the Mossberg. We'll see how it does out of the Savage. That's low, so we're going to give it a third shot. Those two shots were substantially low from the first shot. So I'm switching ammo. I'm going with the Winchester Copper Impact 150 grain. And I'll go for the headshot. No antlers on it, but I want to see what the ammo does. You can see the ejection is certainly positive on the Savage. Of the two, my personal preference is actually the Savage, even though it's obviously not nearly as good looking as the Mossberg. It's handy, and the break of that AccuTrigger is just outstanding. So, for the money, the included Vortex scope is actually pretty good, although I think we can do a lot better in the scope department, so we're going to have to change scopes here. But go with the Savage and put your money into a better scope would be my recommendation. Either one's going to take whitetail, but stainless steel needs slightly less care than bluing. And everybody wants to know maintenance deer rifle, and this is certainly it. And the shorter length, I think, is more of a positive than a negative. It's up to you, but this is a short, stubby, handy little rifle. This is not meant to be an exhaustive test. by any means. If you're a little panting, that's from my quadruped biscuit biter, known as June the Wonder Dog. So this is just a few shots. The first 2 shots were the full metal jacket range ammo. Then we went with the Browning, first shot here, next 2 shots. First shot with the Winchester Copper Impact was here, and the last 2 are more promising. So it's a long ways to go time-wise between now and this fall, and I'm not ready to hunt with the Savage yet by any means. But this is a promising start. So I'm going to have to change scopes, or I'm going to change scopes, and if I get a truly calm day, I'll set up a steel table and we'll see what we can do at 150 and 200 yards. But certainly right here, this is minute of whitetail. Actually, if I was hunting inside 100 yards, I'd hunt with the Savage right now. But you can't count on that. So they're all different. But, so far, this Winchester Copper Impact ammo seems to be extremely promising. It's a spacey looking cartridge, that's for sure, with the red tip. Since it's copper, I think you can use it most anywhere, regardless of the wacky state that you might live in, including here in Illinois, to make an understatement. But I like it. The published ballistics are with 20-inch barrels, and they're saying 2260 at the muzzle. So, it's a good shooter out of the Mossberg, and a good shooter out of the Savage, at least for starters. So, can't say what it's going to be in your rifle, but it's ammo well worth trying. And I've got a lot more ammo to try as well, Hornady, etc., etc. But so far, I'm partial to the Copper Impact. So we'll continue this on a different day and out at 150 and 200 yards with a better scope. So that's it. We'll see you next time.